Well, my lover, she just walked out the door. We've been going together about a year or more. Well, she is something and she is cute, and I don't expect she'll be seeing that brute anymore. Now, I'm not talking about Cassius Clay, I'm not referring to Whitey O'Day. I'm just talking about this guy she once knew. He had a ponytail and she liked that too. Now it's about 12 noon and I was right on time. I was looking for a job out in Palatine. You see, my luck had run dry right out of school, and I came running out of the box and got pushed into the pool, into the deep end. Well, all the way to the bottom, almost drowned, felt like a clown, but somehow I managed to survive. So when they pulled me out and they saw my head, they said, "Kid, you're pretty mixed up, you're probably feeling some dread." So I got my head shrunk and let it drain in the sink, and I changed my clothes so they didn't stink anymore. So I hit the road and did some bagging at Jewel. It was only part-time, I wasn't no fool, and I got a better job and I was feeling fine, and that's how I wound up in Palatine. Now my boss's names, they were Bob and Fred. I worked for them before when I had hair on my head. And when I asked for a job, they said, "We'll be happy if you do. You can drive that van and do some delivering too of some picture frames, glass, ready-mades, cut mats, rolls of paper, and some goodwill." Well, that sounds mighty exciting, and I'll be glad if I do. Just let me quit my job back in that Jewel. And I did just that right in no time flat, when soon enough I was behind that wheel of that van when I got a flat tire. Well, I said, "No great shakes, I've seen problems before." So I brought that van to the mechanic next door, and he fixed me up just as quick as a flash, when suddenly I noticed a woman, a beautiful woman with plenty of cash. Well, I said, "How do you do, ma'am? My name is Matt. I'm still feeling fine, though I just got a flash." She said, "I've seen you somewhere, I think back in school, and I heard about your trouble being pushed into the pool." I said, "That's right." And I told her it was true, and I felt sorry for her time, but she wanted to know, was I writing any rhyme? And I told her I was, but it was moving on slow, and the next thing I knew, she was in the traffic flow. Now it was about this time that I felt lean and mean, and I hadn't forgotten how I once lost my spleen. But that didn't matter much because I was still alive, living at home in that parental beehive. Yes, the emotions ran heavy and I needed my space, so I took my thinking to the next highest place. But the basement wouldn't do, not even to test, so I took that paper for the next best place to live, that is, for another home, my home, my space, to do what I want, when I want, to whatever extent I want, anytime. Well, this spells freedom for me, and I didn't make that move to that one-bedroom apartment where I began that groove. And the landlady was fine, respected my time, so I drank a little wine and felt divine. So soon became when where I began to spend $35 a week for that compact-sized den, but it was worth much more, for in value not tame, and all these things I'd like to name. 13 by 10 room with 2 windows, closet for my clothes, furniture, electricity, laundry facilities, private entrance, driveway parking, and a bathroom in the hall. Now, all this was so nice and so close to town, and there was no one but me, no one there to frown, and a safe all rent nearly every week, and had money left over so I could eat hot dogs, hamburgers, pork chops, stuffed pork chops, and assorted foods from my parents' house. Oh, I still went back, every once in a while when I was feeling hungry, just needed a smile. But most of the time I was making my way, writing songs at night and driving during the day. Well, I drove for months and played gigs at night, but the income was lacking and that didn't feel just right. So I set my sights higher, heiress man would be, and I landed a job in the furniture industry. Office furniture, that is. Selling desks, chairs, filing cabinets, systems furniture, and some goodwill. Well, there's that goodwill right again. It keeps coming back, but I never know when. But it keeps me upright on my toes, so I won't be vulnerable to those life blows. Well, you know the ones that I'm talking about, the ones that hit you when you're turned about, the ones that will teach a lesson or two about the wrong people telling you what to do. So Listen closely and you'll hear this song. It's playing from many windows from the US to Hong Kong. And take a bow if you know what I mean, and make sure you are thankful that you still got your spleen.